Happy Monday! I hope that you guys enjoyed your symmetry activity on Friday. If you tried it out, I loved getting some of your pictures. And yeah, you guys are killing it. You're doing so good with all the homeschooling and everything. So keep up the good work. We only have 4 days this week and then we're on break. So congratulations, you're doing awesome. Today we are going to be doing lesson 91. So everyone, please turn to page 495 at the top. And if you missed that, it was page 495. So I'll give you a second to do that. Okay, and at the top of page 495, there's a little bit of a word problem. So don't get nervous, we're going to go through it together. Our concept today is multiplying 3-digit numbers. So don't get freaked out. We're going to do this one step at a time. So at the top of 495 it says, Gwen and Theo are guessing the number of pennies in a jar. They cannot empty the jar and count the pennies, so they think of other ways to estimate the number of pennies. That's an important word, estimate. Sometimes we want to find the answer to a how many question when we cannot count. We can use math sense to estimate how many instead. In the next few lessons, we will practice different methods of estimating. So Gwen and Theo found an empty jar, like the penny jar, and they put 200 pennies in the jar. The jar was only partly filled. So if you guys look at the difference between the very, very filled jar and the only 200 penny jar, there's a big difference, right? Yeah. So that's a really good way of knowing that it's way more than 200. So that was a great method on Gwen and Theo's part. So then it says, Gwen and Theo estimated that they would need 8 times as many pennies to fill the jar completely. So we know already that it says to us they would need 8 times as many. So that was definitely a key word. I'm going to put this over here. 8 times indicates that I am multiplying. So I'm going to stick that over there. I'm going to change my pen to blue. And it already tells us, and I know it already tells you the answer, but I'm going to show you how we found it. So it says they multiplied 8 times 200. And again, we need to make sure that that bigger number is on the top, just like a 2-digit multiplication question. Multiply it by 8. And so I'm still going to go here, and I'm going to say 0 times 8 is 0, right? And then I'm going to come over here. 0 times 8 is also 0. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say 2 times 8 is 16. And I want you guys to notice a pattern. Every single number on the top was multiplied by this 8 right here. Okay, so every time you have a 3-digit number, this number right here is very important. So make sure that every number you every number that you have is multiplied by this number. So that's a really important trick to have. So the only difference we have between 2-digit multiplication and 3-digit multiplication is another number over here. Alright, so let's erase and let's try a couple examples together. Alright, so example 1, found again at the page 495. It says, find the product, important word. The product is the answer to a multiplication question. So the product is, we've already talked about this, but I will reiterate again. The product is always the answer to a multiplication question, and the factors are the two numbers you're multiplying by. So let's look at example number 1. It says 300 times 6. So here's my question. 300 times 6. And again, we are going to start right here. 0 times 6, there's that important number, is 0. And we have 0 times 6 is 0. And then we have again 3 times 6 is 18. So I'm going to take my 18, I'm going to put it over here, and our answer is 1,800. So I'm going to put my little comma there, that I know it's 1,800. I hope that you guys are just finding that it's just one extra number to multiply and that you're not getting too confused. Now let's just keep doing them, because I tend to think if we keep on doing the same method over and over again, we will eventually figure out the method of what we are doing. So let's make our next question red. And now we're on page 496, and we are on example 2. So example 2 looks a little more complicated, but I don't want you to get nervous. So we have 250 times 7, and again, every number is still going to be multiplied by this number right here. Okay, I'm going to circle him because he's important. And let's make this blue. So we have 0 times 7 is 0. Nothing's changed so far, right? Yep. So now we're going to take the next number in the tens place, and we're going to say 5 times 7 is 35. So now I want you to stop really quick. Okay. Every other time that we've done a question like this, we always put the ones down here, and the threes, or the tens, we carry, which is still the case. So don't get confused. But I want to circle this one, and we're going to forget about him for a second. Okay? So now we are going to multiply 2 times 7 first, and we get 14. Now I want to come back to my 3, and we have 14 plus 3 is 17. And we get 1,750. Okay? Let's try one more, and then you guys have the lesson practices to do, and you are going to turn those into me. I hope this is helping just by me going nice and slow. We're going to skip this activity for today too. So, the one that I want to do with you is located on page 498. So, I'm going to just switch this quick so you're not confused. We're on page 498, and we are looking at question number 19. So that's our extra example question, because I don't feel like there was many examples on here. Okay? So let's do question 19. And that is 600 times 5. And again, I'm coming up here. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. And we have 6 times 5 is 30. Okay? I hope you guys are getting it as fast as me. And we have an answer of 3,000. That one was kind of easy, so I kind of want to do another one. Okay? The other one that I had for you here was question 16, so let's do that one really quick, and then I promise I'll let you do your lesson practice. All right. Question 16 is 132 times 2. This number is still extremely important. Every number has to be multiplied by 2, that number right there. So 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. And 1 times 2 is 2. And our answer is 264. Okay, so now, sorry, I timed out on me for a second. I want you to go back. So now I want you to go back and go to the lesson practice found on page 497. Do A, B, C, and D, and turn those into me either by email or by text. And I will see you guys tomorrow in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.